I want to jump into the last couple of topics, which are, I mean, I get a lot of questions about this first one because the TV ads are rolling. We're not going to mention the name of the companies, but I call them copay annuities. In the industry, they're called buffer annuities. And to me, this is what happens when interest rates are low. Annuity companies and brokerage firms create products out of midair to attract money.
Opportunity.
And you know, they just do that. And it sounds too good to be true because it is. But these buffer products, Mr. X, what they're saying is you're going to get a little bit more upside than an indexed annuity, but you share in the downside. Some of them will give you the option to share in 5 or 10 or 15% of the downside. I call that a copay annuity. And I'm going to tell you this right now, Mr. X, the first phone call that eager agent that sold that has to make into the client say, oh, by the way, it's going to cost you 10% because the market went down. That's not going to be a good call. And I've always said this. I have cowboy boots older than the majority of agents and advisors and registered reps in the business. They haven't seen things go down. I mean, it's hilarious. Give me your take on these buffer annuities because they've kind of taken the brokerage industry by storm, which means that if those cats are selling it, and I've been there, Morgan Stanley, Dean Witter, Payne Weber, UBS, if they're being told to sell it, watch out.
Well, here's what I don't understand on the buffer annuity is if I'm going to participate in some of the risk, why not just have a well-balanced portfolio, pay less in fees, and you're still in the same boat?
And not have them be able to change the rules.
Right. That doesn't make a lot of sense to me. I would just have a better, properly allocated portfolio that diversified my risk to where my drawdown is, going to be somewhere in that range based off of my allocation.
You know why, Mr. X? I just got the best correlation of all time. Because people love packaged products. Down here, I live part of the time.
Better. We'll call it bundling. I can bundle my cable and my this and we'll call it bundling.
Well, and your comment about well-balanced portfolio just hit me in the head. And I live in a couple places, West Coast and East Coast. But I'm living on the East Coast right now, and there's a place called Rooms to Go. And Rooms to Go is a place you go in, and you can buy your whole entire living room. The tchotchkes, the table, the couch, the chair, the paint, everything. So for the designed challenged out there, you go into Rooms to Go and say, I want that bedroom, and it's the whole shooting match. To me, buffer annuities kind of fall into that category of the person's like, I'll just buy it and get it done in one place. Wrong.
Well, I see it in my head when you're sitting down with the representative and they're like, look, we'll put the stuff in here. Look, your upside is whatever it is.
7%.
But the beautiful part about this is your downside is protected. It could be 5, 10, 15% protected. So we already know what our worst case scenario is. And our best case is this. And if we just keep knocking it out of the park, we won't get as much, but it'll be buffered against our downside. And I totally see the sales pitch.
Oh, it's a great sell. Mr. and Mrs. Jones, I'm here for you. And I'm acting as a fiduciary. And I want to buffer any losses because you've worked so hard for the money that this package product, will give you a little bit more upside than the index annuity that the guy at the Bad Chicken Dinner seminar pitched you, which, oh, by the way, he's not licensed to talk about this buffered annuity. How you like that voice? So let's do this. And you can share. There might be some times randomly, some years that you might have to share in the downside. I can hear that pitch. If you turned off your morals at the door and and flip the fiduciary sign at the door, it's an easy sale.
Well, here's the best part. Tell me when the down year's coming, when I might have to draw, and where I'm at financially at that point in time when that down year comes and what happens.
Here's my thing. And I always tell people this because I've been on the other side of the table at these big firms. Not everybody needs an annuity. You need an annuity if you want to transfer risk to solve for primarily principal protection or lifetime income. Okay, that's the primary two. You can also get them for death benefit or long-term care. But the primary two are principal protection, income for life. But if you're sitting with a person that's a registered rep, wealth architect, master of the universe, and they're selling you packaged products, you need to ask them, what are you doing? What am I paying you for? I thought you were going to manage my money, right? Am I missing something there?
Well, no, because I laugh because I'll never forget one time when one of my agents, we were going through a client's portfolio. She had $2 million of bonds and she was getting charged 1.5% wrap fee for the agent
On a bond.
to manage the bonds.
Which leads me to one of the biggest things that blows the top of this green hat just goes straight to the ceiling, is when I hear agents, and we covered this on the last podcast, putting a wrap fee on an indexed annuity.
Yeah, it's just.
It should be illegal. Mr. X, it should be illegal.
I agree 100%. You're not doing anything. By the way, is you're supposed to review that policy every year with your client anyways. You were paid up front for the life of the contract for you to service it.
Exactly.
Hey, Stan the Annuity Man here. Did you like that little taste of my podcast, Fun with Annuities? Hey, if you want to see the full version, click the link and watch the whole darn thing. Remember, Fun with Annuities. Live in the reality, not the dream.